And so what are the goals for tonight's call? We got 3 goals for you, just 3 goals. Number 1, we want you to understand how you will start making money on NeoLife by understanding the first 2 key areas of income, your retail profit and your sales volume bonus. How do you make those 2 areas of income? The second thing is we want you to understand how you take your manager step. Your next step is a very important step to be taking. And thirdly, we're going to equip you with the skills and the tools to help you sponsor your first distributor or customer. Okay, those are the 3 things: how you make your money, how you take your next step, and how you're going to sponsor your first distributor or customer. And then we've got a very special 4-diamond director, Nola McDermott, who will be closing this meeting off for us at the end. So Brandon, I'm going to hand over back to you, my friend, to talk to us about the marketing plan.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Drew. You know, I think everybody that is on the call is fired up and ready. You know, you've said it so well, you know, that you can't do it, you know, your sponsor, your upline, the NeoLife company cannot do it for you. You need to do it yourself. But we're there to support you each and every step of the road. You know, when I look at this business, I've seen so many people become successful and they get dedicated. They do the things that they are told to do, and they make sure that they never miss a meeting. They never miss a training that comes their way. For example, this is part of the trainings that we share. We show you how to do this business or help you to build your business. And I'm glad that you are all on this call, and I see that people are still logging on and coming through. I'm excited about that. And this gives me more fire and encouragement to say that, you know what, we are in the right business. As Drew said, there's never a better time to be part of the NeoLife family. So I'm just going to quickly take you through some of the terminology that we use in the company, and also the steps, or the next step that you should be taking and how you can take your next step. I'm just going to quickly share my screen here so that you can all see, you know, what I'm talking about here today. All right. Okay, share screen. Chat technology here. There we go. Perfect. There we go. This is some of the terminology that we use at NeoLife, and I'm sure some of you have already heard some of these words and you're trying to figure out what do they mean, or some of you've already figured them out. And most of these words that we use in NeoLife, you know, there is a book where you will find them that is in your compensation plan book or your marketing plan book. And some of you still have it in your kit. If you have misplaced it and you're not sure where it is, you can go in your back office and you find the compensation plan book under resources, so that you can go and through it and read and understand the compensation plan and some of the words that we use, or the jargon that we use. The first thing that you will hear on a regular basis is PV. Every product that we have has PV, or there is PV assigned to it. Now, PV is point value. So when we're talking about PV, every product, whether it's nutritional, home care, skin care, cleaning, whatever product that we have at NeoLife has PV, except our literature or sales aid items. So, but all the products have the PV. Now, PV is the same wherever you go. If you go to America, you go to Australia, you go to Nigeria, you go to Italy, the PV of each product will be exactly the same everywhere in the world. Why? Because we're an international company. We want to make sure that we don't have challenges when we do calculations on product PVs and product bonuses and all of those things. So the PV will always be the same internationally. Now, PV is point value assigned to a product. And then we have personal PV, or personal point value. Personal PV, what is that? That is PV on your account, and that represents the total PV of all the products that you have purchased during the month. So if you buy products from NeoLife, whether it's cleaning product or any product on your name, all of those points will be personal PV allocated to you. So at the end of the month, if you've had 100 points or 200 or 1,000 points, when we move from this month to the next month, all of those points will be used for the previous month, and in the new month we start from 0 and we start again. So personal PV, it's your point for the month, and that cannot be moved from one month to the next month. Everything needs to be utilized and used in 1 month. And then also we have qualifying PV. If you start building yourself a network, distributors joining in your team, your personal PV plus the PVs or personal PV of your downlines or your team members combined, that will give you the qualified point value or QPV. So if you start building a network, so your personal PV plus the PVs of your downlines, that equals to qualifying PV or QPV. Now, every product has PV, and PV determines obviously the percentage that you will get paid on, but it also has, or the products also have what we call the bonus value. So this is a currency value assigned to each product, and bonuses are calculated based on the PV. So every product has PV. For example, let's say a product A has 5 PVs and the PV is 50. When we calculate the percentages, we're going to use the PV. When we calculate the bonuses or the money side, we're going to use the PV. So the PV is basically the money that you will get paid on. So each and every one of you, you need to understand these few words because this is going to come very fast in your team. You're going to be using this on a regular basis, and you can also do a little training and meeting with new people and show them how all of this fits in the compensation plan. But as we have spoken about some of the terminologies, I'm just going to show you, as you are a new distributor, what is your next step? What is it that you need to do from here as a new distributor? Your next step is to become a manager. I'll tell you why you need to become a manager, because when you become a manager, this is when you're going to start qualifying for sales volume bonus. And you're going to get yourself a NeoLife pin to show that you have taken a step, and you're going to get recognition by your team, from the company as well, to say, well done, congratulations for becoming a manager. At NeoLife, we have 2 ways of becoming a manager. You can use your compensation plan or the incentive. I'm going to start with the compensation plan as to how you can become a manager. To become a manager using the compensation plan or the marketing plan, as other people would prefer to use that word, you need to do a certain amount of points. You need to do about 100 minimum points. In this case, for this example, I've got somebody doing 150 personal PV. Now, 150 personal PV, this could be part of the products that you are using for your home, for your family, for yourself, and also some of the products that you would have bought and shared or sold to other people. Now, when I say shared with other people, that is another thing that we need to be doing on a regular basis. We can't keep these products to ourselves. We need to share these products with other people. As we share the products, guess what happens? We start getting retail profit. By getting retail profit, that is money coming into our pocket. We can reinvest that money in buying more products. We can use that money for other things that we desire to do so. So if you have done 150 personal points, we recommend that you do the next thing, which is to accumulate a minimum of about 500 points in your team. So you've got 3 people in the team that have done certain amount of points. A has done 150 just like you, B and C have done 100 each. And that business size, including your personal PV, is 500 qualifying PV. When you have done this, you become a brand new manager at NeoLife. And this is your compensation plan way. Now, the difference between the compensation plan and the incentive is this: the compensation plan does not change. And then the incentives, from time to time, they will be changed. So if you go this way, you are using the compensation plan way. But then how do you do it? In an incentive way. So, which is the option 2. Now, if you want to use the incentive way and you want to step up and become a manager quicker, faster, get to the next level, even before you've got a team or a number of people in your business. If you're using more products and you're sharing more products, it can also happen accidentally, or else you're not even aware of this. If you do 250 personnel PV in a month, these 250 points, they are all done by you. That personnel PV would also be your qualifying PV of 250. You will become a brand new manager. This is obviously according to the incentive. Now, doing 250 or more, this brings us to the sales volume bonus chart, which is really, 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 really important. Now, this is another way of making money through NeoLife. And I recommend that everybody that is a new distributor, I'm sure you're going to be sharing some products and making some retail profit and saving some money. I would like you to qualify for a bonus this month, because if you qualify for a bonus this month, that will just increase your believability in the company. Not only increase it, but also it will also make sure that, you know, now you are being recognized, you're qualifying for some money coming from the company, not just profit, but also bonuses. Now, as a distributor, as a manager, you will qualify for between 3 and 5% sales volume bonus. If you have done 250 personnel PVs and that is all what you've done, you qualify for 3%. If you have done it according to the compensation plan, you will qualify for 5% because you have accumulated 500 qualifying PV. Remember, you need to do your minimum personal PV of 100 to qualify for a sales volume bonus. Because if you have 100 and you don't have, if you don't have 100 personal PV and you have 1,000 or more personal qualifying PV, you won't qualify for a bonus. So it is important for you to remember to do the minimum on your name. Basically, you need to be using products so that you can benefit from all the other things that we have at NeoLife. Now, what is the next step? You've stepped up and you become a manager. The next thing is to become a qualified senior manager. And sometimes there are people that will step up, will join and become a distributor and move from distributor and bypass or jump the manager step and go straight to qualified senior manager. How do I become a qualified senior manager? Everything begins with you. As I said, you need to do a minimum of 100 personnel PVs. In this case, this person has done 200 personnel PVs. You've got 3 people in your organization or in your team, in your network, and it's A, B, and C. A and B have done 250, C has done 300, and you have done 200 personnel PVs. And if we combine all of this, that gives you 1,000 qualifying PV. So you become a qualified senior manager. Basically, to become a qualified senior manager, according to the compensation plan, you need to do your own personal 100 PVs. You plus your team in a month accumulate 1,000 qualifying PV to become a qualified senior manager. So this is the compensation plan way of becoming a senior manager or a qualified senior manager. Now, the faster way or a quicker way of becoming a senior manager, let me show you according to the incentive, which is the option or the second option. What you do, if you do 500 personal PV in a month, which is personal PV and your qualifying PV, that means that you will become a senior manager. Now, there's a difference between a qualified senior manager and a senior manager. If you're a senior manager, it means that you haven't done 1,000 points yet or qualifying PV with your team. And if you're a qualified senior manager, it means that you have qualified and you've done 1,000 plus. Now, how does it work out now when it comes to the compensation plan and the sales volume bonus chart? If you have done the incentive way, you have done the 500, you will qualify for 5%, just like a manager. But the difference is this now you would have taken a step of senior manager. Now, if you do 1,000 plus, you will qualify for between 10% to 20% sales volume bonus chart. So for me, that is exciting. Why is it exciting for me? If you look at the difference between 5% and 10%, that is huge. And if your business is doing 1,000 qualifying PVs every month, and then it just keeps on growing by 1,000 every month, it takes you closer to that level of director. But the money or the sales volume bonus that you'll be getting will also be very, very good. And I recommend that if you are a manager, get to qualified senior manager and start earning those percentages of 10, 15, and 20%. Now, obviously, when we're talking here about the sales volume bonus chart, everybody on this call is going to say, well, I've earned it, I've qualified for it. But what if this month you do better than last month? If you qualified for 10 last month, why not qualify for 15? If you had qualified for 15, why not 20%? If you had 20%, why not the full 25%? Why do I recommend the full 25%? Because the 25% is the percentage that directors who are doing 4,000 plus, that is what they qualify for. If you are not yet a director, you won't qualify for the maximum 25% sales volume bonus. I mean, the 25% sales volume bonus, this ranges from about 8,000, 11, 12, 13,000, depending on the size of your business. But I want to urge every one of the distributors, the new distributors that are on this call today, to work hard to get to the next step of being a director. Be the next director being recognized when we do some recognition with NeoLife. Not only that, by the end of this year, step up and become a qualified director. There are so many benefits that you will qualify for. But obviously, I know the director level is the one that we want to get to. But I want you to make sure that you don't miss out on anything on your journey to become a director. You need to understand every step of the road. Not only understand every step of the road, but also understand what are the things or the activities that you need to be doing so that you can build a solid, big, broad business that can reach people all over the world. I want to just share with you something today. You know, it's a story that I heard one of the distributors that shared with me earlier on. She has just helped somebody to register in South Africa. And this is a new young lady that is so excited about the business. The sponsor is in Scotland. And not only the sponsor is in Scotland, the upline of this person who is in Scotland is in the USA. And the upline of that person in the USA is in Kenya. Can you see how this business is? You can build this business wherever you are, and you can start earning money from different markets or different countries. And this for me is exciting. And there's no limit whatsoever in this business. Your journey has started and your journey is going to be bright. And it's all up to you. Now, to help us to understand the activities that we need to be doing on a regular basis, I'm going to call Drew to come up back, and so that he can just share a couple of things with us so that we can move on, move and take our next step. I'm excited about the amount of people that are coming in NeoLife, and I'm excited about their futures because their futures are really, really bright. Drew, take it away.
Thank you, Brandon. Okay, good. So that was what we call the compensation plan. Brandon, thank you for so effectively sharing that. And for our new distributors, you might have looked at those numbers and felt a little bit bewildered. That's okay. That's exactly how I felt when I first saw those. But the good thing is, NeoLife will work that all out for you. All those figures, all the percentages, that gets worked out for you. You can log on to your back office and you can track it and you can see your reports and exactly what's going on. But it's important that you start developing an understanding of the points and what your points volume is through the month. Because if you are sitting on 800 points, as an example, you're going to get paid 5% sales volume bonus. Now, if you push that up to 1,000 points, you did a little bit more work, you would more than double your bonus and get paid 10% on a bigger volume. Okay, so it's very important that you start to develop an understanding of where you make your money and how you make your money. But always remember, you can get back to your sponsor or your leader and say, okay, John, I don't totally understand what I have to do to take my manager step. Please explain it to me again. Okay, that's what we are here to do. We're here to help you through that process. Now, there's a little African proverb that I learned from one of our diamond directors, Florence Matumbu. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. And I think that summarizes our business. You succeed in NeoLife not on your own. You succeed when you build up a team of people What are the team of people doing? They're using the product. They're sharing the product. They're sharing the opportunity. And they're becoming the best versions of themselves through personal development. That is what we call the 3 daily success habits. And so Brandon showed you some circles of you, and you find somebody else. And that is how the business works. Okay. So let me just reiterate these 3 daily success habits. And I'd like our new distributors to write these down. Your success in this business will be defined by these 3 habits. Okay. These 3 habits alone. The first thing we want you to do is we want you to use the products every single day on yourself and in your home. Become a very good product user. Use our nutrition products. Use our home cleaning products. Use our skincare products. Wherever you can in your home, support your own business. Okay. So it's like if I own a coffee shop and I feel like a cup of coffee, I don't walk out of my coffee shop across the road and buy a cup of coffee from my competition across the road. I have a cup of coffee in my own coffee shop, right? It's the same with our business. You're already buying our types of products from the retail stores. Redirect your business, your buying habits, and start supporting your NeoLife business. Wherever you can, in your home, look around you. What can you replace with the NeoLife product? Okay, because we want you to build up a believability in these products, a believability that is unshakable. The second thing you've got to be doing is you've got to be sharing the product and the opportunity. Okay. Now, when we say sharing the product and the opportunity, what do we actually mean? We mean going out and talking to people about your product. By talking to people about your product, you're going to start building up a customer base of people that buy the product directly from you. They are your NeoLife customers. And this is a fantastic source of income in the beginning. As a new distributor, you could go out in your first week and make R1,000 retail profit, no problem, if you went and you shared your product enough. Okay. So you can start making money immediately. You might have only joined this business today. Guess what? Before you go to bed tonight, you could make your first retail profit. Okay. So it's a really good source of income to start your business off with. But then you go out and you share your opportunity. I'm going to talk more about sharing your product and opportunity in a moment, but by sharing your opportunity with others, you're going to find other distributors. And what do your distributors do? Your distributors are more than customers. Those are the circles that Brandon had on the screen. Your distributors are your business partners. They do what you do. They use the product in their home on themselves every day, and they go out and they build a customer base by sharing the product. They go out and find other NeoLife distributors who are looking for an opportunity by sharing their NeoLife business with other people. And they also build the volume, and they make retail profit. They make sales volume bonus, and there your team starts to grow. And the definition of a network marketing business is a large group of people doing a few simple activities over a consistent period of time. So you don't succeed when you go out and you try and sell a whole lot of product. That's not a bad thing to do, but you want to build a team of people who are using the product, sharing the product, and sharing the opportunity. That will give you a long-term generational success that can earn you millions and millions of dollars through your NeoLife business. So let's just chip into the sharing the product and opportunity. This activity or daily success habit is what we call the money-making activity. This is where you're going to build your business. If you don't master this activity, you won't succeed. It's as simple as that. But here's the good news. We have diamond directors. We have president's team members on this call. We have world team members. We have people that make a lot of money every month through their NeoLife business. And guess what? When they started out, they were not very good at sharing their product and the opportunity. It's a skill that they learned and they developed. It's a skill that you can learn and develop too. So let's just start off with your first training session on this. And I want you to write these 4 things down as I run through them. The first thing I want you to do is to have a good reason why you're doing your NeoLife business. Okay, so write down why. Why are you doing your business? And before you go to bed tonight, I'd like you to have a number of reasons, or one big reason that is strong enough to make you step out of your comfort zone. Okay, because you're going to have to start doing things that maybe you haven't done before. doing things that might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And so you're going to have a good reason that is going to motivate you to do that. You're also going to experience disappointments. In every successful journey, there are challenges that you're going to have to overcome. And trust me, you will only overcome your challenges and get up after your disappointments if your reason and your why is strong enough. If your reason for doing this business is not strong enough, guess what? You won't get up after a disappointment. So make sure you have a strong enough reason. That's number one. Number two, I want you to write this down. Name list. Start off with the list of names. Okay, now there's a number of ways that you can share your product and your opportunity with others, but you can meet people along the way. But for the new people, we're going to start with your warm market, people that you already know, your friends, your families, your neighbors, your family, your neighbors, your kids' friends' parents, your dentist, your old teacher, your sports club friends, your golf coach, your Rotary Club member, whoever. Okay, start making a list of names of people that you know. Don't prejudge anybody. Just write down a list of people. And tonight, before you go to bed, this is your second assignment. Make sure you have 20 names on that list by the end of the night. By the end of the week, that name list, I want you to extend it to 100 names. And a great place to start is to pick up your cell phone, your mobile phone, and go through your address book and start writing down names. And that will be a great memory jogger of who you know and where to start. So start with a list of names. You're not going to contact them all now, but I want you to make sure that by the end of the night, you have 20 names written down. Cool? Can we do that? Very important. Don't go past this step. Too many people fail in this business because they do not do the step of creating a name list. It is that important. The third thing you need to do is on that name list is to write down the needs of those people on your warm name list, the people that you already know. What do they need? What do they want? Now, it's very important that I know you're excited about your NeoLife business, but I don't want you to run around to everyone you know on that name list, just telling them how great your business is, telling them how amazing your product is, and they got to get started. They're not interested in that. Okay, I want you to picture something. What happens when an unknown number phones your cell phone and you answer it, and it's one of those recorded messages that says, "Hi, you've won," or "Hi, can I interest you in that?" You want to get off that phone call as quickly as possible if you're anything like me. People do not like being sold things. It's not a nice way to do business. The way we build this business is we solve people's challenges or problems. And we can solve two types of problems. We can help people improve their health or overcome a health challenge. Okay. So maybe on your name list, you might see somebody that says, okay, well, they're healthy and active. They take a protein supplement. They are interested in omega-3s. So-and-so is complaining about energy. Oh, she's mentioned that she wanted to lose some weight. He mentioned that his child isn't concentrating in class. They just healthy, active, and they want to be healthy and active throughout their retirement. If they've got health goals or health challenges, write them down. Okay, because they will be candidates for your product. And then the very important part of it, I want you to identify the people on your name list that have a need for a business opportunity. Now, we're not looking for the poorest of the poor. Okay, we're looking for everybody in between. I joined this business when I had a great career in investment banking. Why did I join NeoLife? Because investment banking, the industry frustrated the life out of me. I didn't like the boss that I was working for. I was looking for freedom. I was looking for lifestyle. So write down people who might have a need for your business. John, he is concerned about his job security. Mary, she can't work 9 to 5 anymore because she wants to spend time with her children. Jane and Fred, they are coming up to retirement and they are concerned because they don't have enough money to retire on. Simon, he's just completed his degree and he can't find a job for the love of money. He needs an opportunity. So find people on your name list that have a need for an opportunity, a part-time opportunity. Okay, very important to identify their needs. That's the third thing. How do you identify people's needs? If you don't know the needs, you ask them questions. You just ask them questions, and people love to talk about their problems and challenges, and you write those down. You make a note of them. The fourth thing you need to do is you need to invite and present to those people on your name list based on their needs. Based on their needs. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick example of how you can go about inviting somebody. Now, your sponsor and your team leaders might have a system and scripts to do this. So please just tap into their resources and their system. But I'm just going to give you a couple of examples here, which might put you on the right path. And I want you to write down what we call the power question. The power question is this: if I would you? If I would you? Mary, you mentioned that you wanted to lose some weight. I've got this amazing program that will help you lose weight in a sustainable way, and you'll have energy while you do it. If I sent you some more information, would you be interested in taking a look? Simon, I was thinking about the conversation we had the other day. I know you've just got your degree. You've been looking for a job for over 6 months. I know that the job market is really not good for the youth right now. I think I have an opportunity that could be really good for you. If I invited you onto a presentation that would tell you a little bit more about it, would you take a look? If I would you? What's some other ones? Hey, Simon or Jane, I know that you've been working for the last 40 years. I know retirement is coming up, and you're concerned that you don't have enough money to retire on. I've got something which could be good for you. If I sent you some information, would you be willing to take a look? Or if I sat down and had a cup of coffee with you and told you more about it, would you join me? If I would you? Okay, it's that simple. The people on your name list, if they're your warm market, you know them. You have a good idea of what they want and what they need. And using that question, if I would you, to invite them to take a look at your product or opportunity based on their needs. Okay. Now you might want to, after this call, might want to get back with your sponsor or your leader and say, okay, I've got 10 people I want to invite. Help me structure and formulate an invite for each person. Okay. They'll be more than willing to help you do that. Now, when you say to somebody, if I would you, you've invited them to take a look at your product or opportunity, they're going to either say yes, or they're going to say no. What happens if they say yes? That's the result that you want. And now, incidentally, when you invite somebody to take a look at a solution to a goal or a challenge that they may have, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. If they say yes, you set the appointment. Or if they say yes, you send them the link to the video, or you send them the link to the brochure, or you set the call up with your sponsor, the 3-way call, or you set up the coffee meeting that that you're going to meet them at. Okay, if they say yes. What happens if they say no? That's okay. It's part of business. People will say no to you. If they say no, then we are going to get referrals from these people. Your business, a lot of your business will be built on referrals. And so here's a few questions that you might want to write down that will help you get the referrals. Okay, no problem, Simon, that isn't a problem at all. But who do you know that would be, that's got a great education but can't find a job and could be excited about the idea of adding more cash to their life? Or who do you know that is looking for a strong business that they can build in their part-time from home? Or another question is, okay, that's no problem. I really am passionate about making this world a healthier and a happier place. Who are the most healthy and active people you know right now? I would love to talk with them. Will you send me 5 names? Okay. Now, always ask for 5 referral names, because if you ask for 5 referral names, you'll be lucky to get 2, maybe even 3, if you're really lucky. So if they say yes, you make the appointment. If they say no, that's not a problem. You ask for 5 referrals. Okay, so I hope that helps you. Number 1, have a good reason for doing the business. Number 2, write down a list of names. Tonight, write down at least 20 names. Number 3, have an understanding of the needs and the desires of the people on your name list. Number 4, based on their names, but based on their needs, invite them to have a look at either your product or your opportunity. And you might need help because you're new in presenting the business or the product. You might need help in understanding what resources and tools are available for you to use to help you present your product and opportunity. Make sure you're in contact with your sponsor every single day saying, hey, where can I find this tool? Hey, what can I say to this person? Hey, can you help me meet and present to this prospect? That is their job. That is what they're going to help you to do. Okay. And then the third daily success habit, before I hand over to Nola McDermott, is personal development. Success loves speed. Why delay your success? Success loves action. We develop the skills and achieve results not by talking about what we're going to do, but by getting out of our comfort zone and actually doing it. So we can talk about creating a name list all night. But until you pull out a piece of paper and a pen, or pull out your cell phone and start making a list, that it doesn't happen. Okay. Action is where the rubber hits the road. Your past does not equal your future. It's very important for the new people on this call. Your past does not equal your future. Through NeoLife, you have the power to create your own future. You have the power to create your own economy. But for things to change, you are going to have to change. Doing the same thing that you did last year will bring the same results. If you want a different result, you're going to have to start doing something differently. And the only way I know that you can vastly improve the results that you currently are getting is by doing the 3 daily success habits, using the product, building up a passion for the product, and becoming good at sharing your product and the opportunity by doing those 4 activities that I've just talked you through. Success is not theory. Success is action. And just as you will build muscle in the gym by challenging it, by picking up heavier weights, you'll build your sponsoring skills by getting out there and taking action and challenging yourself, making that name list, inviting people based on their needs, showing them the NeoLife solution. Okay, so this is a very, very simple business. We don't need to complicate it. But by doing those 3 daily success habits and getting good at sharing the product and opportunity, you will start building a team, as Brandon demonstrated so well, of other distributors who use the product and share the opportunity, and you'll start increasing your sales volume bonus every month until you get to director. And once you're director, we'll take you to the next step. And by the end of the year, we can get you making a lot of money. And over the next 6 months, we can make your NeoLife business an extremely lucrative project for you if you do these activities. So I'm going to ask Nola to turn her video on for me. Oh, there you are. Now, Nola, let me add the spotlight, let me just introduce you quickly. Nola is my mom. She introduced me to the business. Rory, my father, and Nola have been NeoLife distributors for 47 or maybe even 48 years now. They changed their lives completely. They've changed thousands upon thousands of other people's lives through this business. They don't have to do the business these days, but they do it because it's their passion. They love what they do. Empowering people is part of who they are. And so I just asked Nola to close this call off this evening, specifically for our new distributors, just to help you understand that you can do it. So Nola, thank you for joining us. Our 4-diamond director, welcome to the call. Good to have you with us.
It's so good to be here. Honestly, thanks, Drew. Appreciate you. And Brandon, you're an absolute star. Really, really appreciate you guys. Honestly, you do so much for us distributors, and I want to thank you. I actually was excited when I was asked to talk, just close off this meeting for new distributors, and because it cast my mind back over 40 years, as Andrew mentioned. And the interesting thing is that I just thought of, 40 years flashed by, and I thought, wow, what a life we've had. Rory and I have had the most incredible life. But how fortunate were we to be invited to look at a business when we were the most frustrated and broke young married couple. We were so broke. We had good jobs, and we just knew that our jobs were going to make us work until we were retirement age, 60 or 70 or whatever it was going to be. And we would be then confined to our finances that we had then. We would have lived a mediocre life probably, and we just wanted more. My dad, it was the best lesson. It was a sad lesson, but he had worked as an accountant to have early retirement, and due to a brain tumor, he was dead 4 months before he retired. And my mother and father, had basically put their entire life on hold until they were retired, where they had time freedom and money freedom to go and do all the things they dreamt of. So that just left us stone cold. And so we started our own business. Well, that's history. It didn't work out. People went bankrupt and couldn't pay us. And so here we were, frustrated and broke. And then somebody invited us to this business. What a blessing it was. And that's my story. And I know there are many people out in the world hurting now. Probably some on this call. Others are thriving. But people are looking for opportunities. They're looking for a stability in their lives. They're looking for freedom, time freedom. And I honestly and truly believe that NeoLife is an answer for everyone. You know, it's an answer for good health. It's an answer for plugging, a second form of income. It's an answer for a stay-at-home mother. It's an answer for a full-time business, depending on what you want. It was the answer for us. And, I can talk confidently because it's the same products and it's the same plan that we've worked for the 40-odd years that you've got, and it all works. This company, I want to just say to you, new people who might be saying, I wonder if it's really true. It is true. It is true. Rory and I have put our lives in this business because we understood when we met the company people, the scientists, and we worked the business, we knew it was all true. They've never let us down, and they'll never let you down. And it's a stable business. So immediately you can put that aside, and now we just got to concentrate on you. And when you're in the midst of fog and can't see the shoreline, we need a compass. And we need to reach out to trusted distributors, a trusted upline for perspective. We're not hardwired to go it alone. And we don't need to go it alone. We need others to survive and to thrive. And that is what I so appreciated right in the beginning, and I still appreciate it throughout, that we got on our feet through asking, through being part of the team, through remaining involved, team togetherness. Don't try and do it alone. You must get involved in the Zooms. You just set your time and get involved in what you can get involved in and stay involved. The minute you try and cut off or think you can do it alone, just stay involved, and Drew and Brandon talked about your 3 daily success habits to grow your business, to grow your PV. They talk about PV. That is absolutely true. Your 3 daily success habits, use the products. I am a product of the products because I feel great. After 47 years on these products, I've never used another nutritional, I've never used another cleaning product, I've never used another skincare. It's been fantastic. And I know that it's good for you. It's good for you. So the products, use the products, share the products, and share the opportunity. That is your 3 daily success habits. But it's not necessarily about what you do. It's about who you become. And we've got to constantly grow as people. That is what makes the difference to the winners and the survivors and the not winners and not survivors, is who do we become? We've got to grow as a person and grow in how we deal with people. And so for me, the whole business works well, but who are we becoming? How are we growing as a person? I just think of people who give up. How is that going to help them? Why have you joined the business? You've joined the business because you wanted something. You liked a business of your own. You wanted another income, or maybe you weren't even looking and somebody just showed you. But, it's not going to help you by joining and giving up. You've got to develop some resilience. You've got to have a reason to keep going. And the reason that excited you in the beginning, keep that in mind. Be resilient. You've got to be resilient when you build your own business. It doesn't matter what business you build. You will have your good days or your good months and your bad months. So what? If I look at my 40-odd years, not every month was a good month. Not every year was even necessarily a good year. But put together, it's been brilliant. Did I ever think of giving up? Absolutely. In the early days, I thought, am I ever going to do this? Am I ever going to find somebody who is as excited as I am? And I stuck around, and sure enough, we both, Rory and I, are so glad we never gave up. What would you have gone to? What would have given up and done? Go backwards and never get our dreams? So I know that you will, at some stage, feel frustrated. Just don't give up. Get going. Become a better person. When you stumble, you learn. You don't give up. Not if you're made of some steel. Not if you've got dreams. You can stumble many times. You learn. You don't give up. And I think that is the big thing. It happens in business. Doesn't matter what business it is. But this business, you're not going to lose your home for it. Where other businesses you do. And I think that is probably one of our biggest reason people give up. They don't have enough money tied up in it to keep going, but you have your dreams tied up in it. So don't give up on your dreams. The question I want to ask you, it's an interesting question. Who has the most influence over you? Who has the most influence over you? Who is the one person who is with you in your breakdowns and your breakthroughs? Your breakdowns when things don't go right, and your breakthroughs when everything's going right. Who's with you? It's yourself. You're with yourself through the ups and the downs. So, people are very quick to give suggestions and to give you their opinions. Rory was asked by his father, when are you going to get a proper job? We'd had a proper job. We didn't like proper jobs. It's not what we wanted to do. It wasn't the freedom we wanted. It wasn't the dreams we wanted. When are you going to get a proper job? What's a proper job? NeoLife's a proper job if you work it like a job. And we never had to fight the traffic to work. It was just fantastic. So I ask yourself, you're with yourself through your ups and your downs. So what do you see yourself as? I want you to really work on your self-image, your self-view. Create an empowering self-view of yourself. I don't say be full of yourself, but know that you're on the right track. Know what you want. Know how you're going to get it and how many people you're going to help. Brandon showed you, the more people you help, the more you earn, the bigger you get. The more people you get rise to the top, the bigger your business grows. It is just a very exciting business. So first of all, we've got to feel successful. And when you've helped somebody take a step in the business, you feel great because they've done it. You've done it. You've strived. You've seen them strive. They stuck it out. And it just is so good. So feel success. feel successful. And basically, I must say, it's all a choice. Yeah, we all have the freedom of choice, and that freedom sometimes is not that great because, we can feel sorry for ourselves. Well, that's your choice. Don't. Just get a good book, get some good input into your ears, into your head, and go on. You are not your circumstances. And I have to say that because we were broke. If we had been our circumstances, we would be a disaster. We would have been a disaster. You are not a divorce. You are not a bankruptcy. You are not a job loss. You are not illness. It's how you deal with your circumstances that actually matters. And everybody's different. And I think in the last 18 months of our life, or however long, it's been such a pivot. And people are battling, and I understand it, but we have the answer. So I want you to never give up on your self-view of being successful. You can be successful. Why not? It's your prerogative. God's on your side. He'll help you. Just do what's right. And, identify what you want. As Andrew said, what do you want? What floats your boat? What excites you? What gets you up in the morning? What gives you butterflies? Find something. Look after your money. I want you to, when you're broke, you have to watch every cent. And people who've been broke or are broke, that. When you are earning and earning well, you must watch every cent. And you continue to budget. You pay yourself first. You put aside money. You've got to look after your money. And that is one of the biggest downfalls of people, just earning well and not being conscious of looking after their money. And another thing is your action and your activity, your 3 daily success habits. When you're talking to people, that action and that activity can bring struggles, because some people say yes when they really mean no. And some people say no when they really mean yes. And you get confused. Don't worry, just keep going because you find the right people. But that's part of growing up and growing your team. And you just stay consistent. Keep on a level. You feel up, you feel down, doesn't matter. You are consistent with your attitude. And I just feel that our 40 years have been such an incredible 40, nearly 50 years. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been of such, I feel as though we've lived such an incredible life, Rory and I, with our children. Being of service to others, building a team, of earning, of traveling, of fun times. I never made my children that I had while I was working the business. I never made my children the excuse of why I couldn't work the business. But I made them the reason of why I must work the business. We have great health. We have great memories. We have a great legacy through NeoLife. Where would we have been if that one person had not spoken to us? I want you to think about that. Where would we have been? I hope you new people will be able to say, where would I have been if I hadn't been invited? Really, I want to encourage you. Don't let people put you off your purpose. This business is the business because it's the truth. It has the truthful product. We don't have, it's a true scientific-based product. The products work. They are whole food. They're not just vitamins and minerals. They are whole food. We're the only company that has this absolute whole food base. The nutrition, the cleaning, the skincare. We have the base. You've got to become what you want to become, and you can earn what you want to earn. If we can do it, anybody can do it. I just say, go for it. Don't give up. Never give up. That's the advice I can give you. Okay, Drew, I'm going to leave you to it. Thank you very much, everyone.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to thank you for just revealing the true heart of this NeoLife family, the heart to uplift, encourage, and empower people to improve their lives and live their dreams and live a better life. That is what it's all about. And I just think you just gave that all out. That's what I felt coming through to me. So thank you so much. I like working with you. And,
I like working with you. And I just want to say to the new distributors, just fuss bait, stick there, hang in. I don't care what you go through. You'll come out the other end a better person with some money in your pocket. Lots of money. Okay, guys. Brandon, you're a star. You look after us so well. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, Adelina. God bless you.
Just to close off with a practical thing for our new distributors. I challenge you to put these skills and activities into practice. Don't leave them on ice. Put them into practice, starting now. And over the next week, go and find your first customers and find your first distributor. I challenge you, next month when we do this distributor orientation, you are not alone on this call. You have a distributor. Maybe you have a few distributors. You started the seedlings of a new team, of a new future, because you've shared your product and your opportunity. So put these skills into action. Number 2 is take your first step to manager or to senior manager. When this month, in the month of June, take your first step to manager or senior manager. If you don't know what to do, that's okay. But go and speak to your sponsor and say, how do I do it? But take your first step, sponsor your first distributors, find your first customers. You can do it. Go out there with confidence and belief in the business, belief in yourself, and the belief in the talents and the gifts that the Lord has placed within you. Good night and God bless you all, and have a great week.